Hey everyone, it's Heather B with Her Wellbeing. Welcome to this full moon yoga flow for Virgo. So, Virgo is a really interesting zodiac sign. It is an earth sign. However, it is the airiest of all earth signs, mostly because it's governed by the planet Mercury. Mercury is a very airy vata planet. So, this means that it thrives on clarity and structure and refining those little details. But it also has this tendency to overthink and strive for perfection. Does that sound familiar? It does for me. I am a Virgo. And so today we're here to find balance, to ground ourselves in clarity and stability and structure, and give ourselves the space for flow and ease. The practice also taps into the solar plexus chakra or Manipura. And this is seated right at our core, right at the navel. So the idea is to strengthen this energy center. It is the center of digestion. It is our Agni, the inner fire. It is confidence and personal power, all things that Virgos may find useful. When this chakra is out of balance, we can get stuck in our heads, stuck in cyclical thinking, and feel ungrounded and overwhelmed. We can also have digestive issues. So there's good reason here to build on this inner fire of Manipura. So as we move, think about stoking your inner fire without blowing it out, without burning it out, and finding strength in your center while letting go of anything that feels too rigid or tight or just not you, not authentic. A couple of different mantras that you might find helpful might sound like this. And you can place hands on your body if you're ready to do so. Maybe a hand over the heart, a hand over the belly. I trust my inner wisdom. I trust my inner wisdom. I ground into clarity. I ground into stability. And I can flow with ease. I can flow with ease. Let's get started. Find a comfortable seat if you're not already in one. And you can do this sitting down in a chair to begin with, a little bit of breath work to start to ignite the inner fire, Manipura. So you can take your hands into your lap. You can keep the hands on the body as you begin to breathe and tap into and connect with the breathing body. Just notice the inhales, the exhales, maybe a gentle pause in between. Simply observe your breath flow naturally, just as it is. As you inhale, you might feel good to fill yourself with air. Feel yourself expand the belly, the ribs, even up into the chest. And maybe there's a gentle hold at the top of that inhale and then let it go, release. You can do so out of the nose or out of the mouth. A couple more times like that. Filling yourself up with air, gentle hold and then release. Maybe sigh the breath out once more like that. Keep the shoulders soft and relaxed here. Release the breath out. And bring the hands together in front of the heart center, interlacing the fingers. Take another breath in. Keep the shoulders, the face, head, and neck soft. Press the palms away round the back. So keep the breath flowing here. Let me put my timer on. As you draw the belly in and round into the back, let the shoulders separate, drop the chin, keep the breath flowing here. And then on your next inhale, lift up, reach, and lift the chest, lift the chin. Just like that. Keep the breath flowing and then exhale, round the back, draw belly in. Maybe hold the breath out at the bottom of the breath if that feels okay. Bottom of the exhale. Keep the breath flowing and then flow like this a few more times, strengthening inner fire, Manipura, drawing the belly in, holding the air out only as long as it feels comfortable, and then filling yourself up with air just as we did before. Big noisy breaths in through the nose, and if you want, sigh out of the mouth. Draw the belly in, round the back, tuck the tail, drop the chin. Find a sense of emptiness here in between the breaths, and then when you're ready, inhale once again. Take the arms wide and we'll twist over to the right first. Land the hands down, press them down, lift the torso, reach this back shoulder away as you breathe up and down the spine, filling yourself with air just as we did before on the inhale. Pressing down and lifting up through the torso. If you want, you can look over the back shoulder. And then release. Slowly unwind. Reach the arms. Get long. Fill yourself with air. Exhale. Twist in the other direction. Place the hands down somewhere on the body, on the floor. Tent hands to press yourself up. Getting a little longer through the torso. Keep the shoulders relaxed, the chest broad. Look over the back shoulder. One more breath in here. In through the nose, out of the mouth. Slowly unwind, just like that. Good. Then taking the arms wide, we'll tilt over to the right side stretch. Good. If you want, you can do a couple of arm circles here. Opening the chest. Good. If you wish, you can reverse those circles. Good. Let the arm circle over your head. Come over to the other side. Switch arms, lean over to the other side. You can stay here, side stretching with heavy hips, or you can circle that free arm. Remember to lean back a little bit. Just stretch open the chest. Good. And then whenever you want, you can reverse those circles. Good. Once more. Good. Now, prepare to come onto all fours. So come towards the front of your space. And we'll do cat-cow tilts, bridge, sorry, not in bridge, in tabletop pose. Take a breath in here as you exhale. Press down into your hands. Lift the belly up. Drop the head. Pressing down and breathe. On your next inhale, roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest. Lift the gaze. Arch your back. Exhale to round the back. Now we're getting full flexion of the spine. Inhale to roll the shoulders back and lift the chest, arch the back. There's some gentle rocking here. If you'd like to do that, rocking front to back, getting the hips moving. And then we'll meet in child's pose. Let the hips sink back. Reach the arms forward and breathe here. Make sure the arms are open a little bit more than shoulder width. Broaden across the shoulders and breathe. Big breaths in and out, just like that. One more big breath in and out. Good. Nice. And now we're going to come forward out of child's pose into cobra pose in a wave-like motion. So let's add some fluidity here. As you inhale, ripple through the spine, come forward, shoulders over the wrists. Let the hips sink down and the chest lift. And then press yourself back into child's pose again. You can bring the toes together behind you. Good. Keep the flow going, inhaling as you come forward. Sink the hips. You can separate your feet. You can lift the gaze if that feels good. Exhale to sink back. We'll do that a couple more times. Keep this soft, like ocean waves. Um, Steady but flowing. So keep with that movement. Stay with this flow of breath, opening the chest. While you're here in Cobra, you can use soft elbows here and maybe gently looking over one shoulder and then the other, and let the hips sway gently from side to side. Keep your hands really strong. The lower body strong, the knees and the tops of the feet pressing down side to side. Just like that, that's an option. Sinking back to child's pose on an exhale when you're ready, coming forward once more. We'll do that one more time. Again, you can hang out here, finding strength and stability, flexibility in cobra pose. You can add the side to side movement if you'd like. Good. And then eventually make your way back to child's pose. Sink the hips back, reach the arms forward. And this time, lay the forehead down. If you haven't done that before, lay the forehead down, rest the mind, and take a few belly breaths there. Next, we're going to move up into downward facing dog. So take your time from child's pose, glide forward, press yourself up, tuck the toes behind you, lift the hips high. Press into both hands strongly, spread the fingers wide, separate the feet hip distance or wider, bend the knees, stretch out the whole spine here. Take a few breaths as you stretch into the spine. And then once you feel good there, you can start to stretch into the hips and legs. Pedal the feet from side to side. Take a moment to breathe into that stretch as you switch legs. Good. If you want to find stability here and downward facing dog, take a moment just to breathe. Pressing into the hands and pressing heels down. Knees can be soft here. Let the head go, the back of the neck lengthen. Draw the belly in. And then start to walk your hands towards your feet towards your hands, coming into a forward fold. Bend the knees deeply here. Let the head hang. Full breath in and out. Come halfway up. Lengthen the backs of the legs here. And if you want, you can grab opposite elbows and just hang, or even swing from side to side. So find stability and strength in the legs and feet first, and then flow with the upper body. Good. Okay. All right. Take your time walking yourself up to standing. You can swim the shoulders back to release any shoulder tension here. Stay with that movement for a little bit. Find strength and stability in the lower body as you allow upper body to flow. And eventually find stillness in the upper body and the lower body in mountain pose, Tadasana. Feel your strong feet, strong legs. Draw the belly in. Lift up through the torso. Find a little bit more space here. Soften the shoulders, broaden the chest. Good. And take a step forward into warrior pose, taking a big step back as well. Bend into that front knee. Okay, so finding front facing warrior first. You can reach one arm out in front, that same arm as the front leg, reaching it back. Good. Again, find stability, really bear down and then stretch back. Nice. And now bow forward, interlace the hands behind the back, and lean forward against that front leg. So we're going to flow with this, both feet pressing down strong. Inhale to come up. Grab hold of the hips. The left arm reaches high if you're on the left leg. Left arm reaches high. Hips sink low. Good. Once more like that. If you want, you can straighten out that front leg as you come forward. That's entirely up to you. That is a pretty intense hamstring stretch. So take it easy and bend that front knee whenever you're ready. I'll flow it back once more. Good. Reach it back. And then take the hands to the hips. Step that back foot forward and the other foot back. So find a nice wide stance. My feet are hip distance apart, so they're not on a balance beam. That's going to take our hips out to the side. So front facing, warrior. Vira means strong. Bhadrasana, Virabhadrasana. So sink the hips down, straighten out that back leg. Good. Breathe. Take the same arm as the leg, as the front leg. Reach it forward and up. Good. Stretch the front body. If you want, you can reach back a little bit. And then as you come forward, exhale, take the arms behind you. Keep that front knee bent if that's comfortable. Lean against that front leg. You can let the head go here. Okay, you can even straighten out that front leg a little bit if that feels okay. We'll do that a couple more times. Breathe with this flow. Find the strength and stability in the lower body. Again, if you want, you can straighten out that front leg. If you want to play with that a little bit, if that feels really tight here in the hamstring, bend the knee, or if it's pulling behind the knee, good. Lean against that front leg as you lift the arms up and away, draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Lots of space in the back of the neck. Good. Breathe here. Last. Reaching up. And then we're going to take a wide step. I'm going to step that back leg forward. Take a wide stance here for forward fold. Hands to the hips, toes pointing towards me, towards the long side of your mat. So both feet can be on your mat. Hinge at your hips. Bow forward. Good. You can release the hands down to the ground here. Let the head go. Press the feet down, strong legs, soft knees, hips pointing up, tail pointing up. And then from here, you can grab hold of opposite elbows. Let me do that. Good. Bend the knees if you need to. A little bit of swaying here if you can feel good, or a little side to side, bending one knee and then the other. At any time, taking your feet down to the ground for stability. So as you come over to one side, you can take an arm up to the ceiling for a twist. Okay. And then make your way over to the other foot. Place a hand down, and then the free arm reaches high to the sky, hanging out in this twist for as long as it feels good. Now we're going to come down low into a squat. So work your way over to the other foot, bend into that knee. That heel comes up off the ground, coming into a half or a one-legged squat. Feel free to hang out here. This is going to feel really stretchy here, so take it easy. And again, you can soften this knee. Make your way over to the other side. Crawl your way over to the other foot, bending to that knee deeply. Let that heel come up underneath you and sit down into this one-legged squat. Good. Come back to center. Hips up high, forward fold. Head releases down, coming up on your next inhale. Take your time, heels in, hands to the tops of your thighs, and releasing hips down. Good. Breathe into your feet. Breathe down into your feet. Press them down. Good. We're going to work on some hara breaths here, which are going to support that inner fire, the Agni. So we'll take a reach forward and then exhale, ha. Inhale, reach. Exhale, ha. Inhale, reach. Ha. You might speed it up a little bit. Ha. Ha. You can come up for a breath or two and then come back down. Ha. Ha. Let the sound come from all the way down here. Ha. Bring the belly in. Ha. 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 Passive inhales, forceful exhales. Ha. Ha. Good. Come on up. Breathe. Exhale out. You can take one more forward fold. That feels good. Let the shoulders release, the arms release down to the ground. Turn yourself towards the front of your mat. Slowly. There you go. Hamstring stretch on this side. Again, you can bend into that front knee. That feels really tight. There can be a lot of rigidity with this zodiac sign. So working with the tightness without hurting yourself. So soften the legs, keep pressing the feet down. We'll take a knee down, press the hips forward for a stretch down the front of the hip. Good. Breathe into that stretch. Soften the shoulders. Good. Bring that foot back. Come into child's pose. Take a rest here. Breathe. Take a pause. Remember not to burn yourself out or push yourself too hard. It's really important for Virgos. Take it from a classic Virgo. Take the other foot forward. Straighten out the legs, stretching into the other hamstring. So take your time here. You can use blocks under your hands. You can soften that front knee. Press that back heel down. Breathe. Keep the chest lifted, the hips squared towards the front of your space. Bring that back knee down. Good. Glide the hips forward. You can release the heel or the knee behind you a little bit to stretch into the front of the thigh over here on this side. So I'll give you a sense of what it looks like on the other side. This leg. So you're stretching this thigh. Good. Breathe into that and remember, careful not to overdo it. Good. Nice. And then once you're done with that, you can bring that front foot back. Find child's pose once again. Take a few nourishing breaths in child's pose. Feel your torso gently filling with air, the abdomen, the ribs, the chest. We're going to stay on the ground here, this time lifting up onto all fours for a shoulder stretch. We do shoulder stretches for Virgo because we can be so much in our heads that we get tense like this, right? So we're going to do a little shoulder opening. For our Virgos, start with both hands down on the ground. We'll take one elbow and reach it straight back as if you're pulling back on a bow. So we'll do that a few times just to warm up the shoulders, just like that. Okay, good. And then we'll take that elbow out to the up, up to the ceiling, and all the way down to the opposite hand. On an inhale, up to the ceiling and down. Let these movements be soft, very stable in the lower body, the legs, the hips. Good. Last time. Now, this last time, we're going to add one more, reaching arm up, and this time threading the needle, bringing that shoulder all the way down to the mat in front of, I'm on my left side, so left shoulder in front of the left hip. This right arm can reach up and forward. So you can reach up and then reach towards the front of your space. And once you feel your hand there out in front of your mat, press it down to create stability across the shoulders as you stretch. So we're pressing down with both arms. The shoulders are broad, lots of space around the neck area, pressing shoulders away from the neck. Breathe into that stretch across the shoulders, especially in the back. Breathe into that. And when you're ready, we'll press yourself up. Take that arm that was reached out in front of you, bring that hand down in front of your face. Press up. Ooh, reach up one more time, and we'll do that to the other side. So I'll switch sides here. Both hands down onto the shoulders. We'll start with the archer bow, just pulling that elbow straight back behind you. Just like that. Do that a few times. Breathe. And then we'll take that elbow up to the ceiling, straight up, and then all the way down, that elbow reaching down towards the opposite hand. Just like that, a couple of times. Good. Let the breath flow. Nice. Once more. This time we'll add the arm reach. Thread the needle, bring the arm down and across. Bring the right shoulder down this time, the right ear down. And then stabilize the shoulders. Press both arms down. Reach the left arm, the free arm, out in front of you. Press both arms down and then try to balance across your hips too. Sometimes our hips can be a little out of whack here. Press down through the hands, through the arms. Breathe. Lots of space around the neck. Shoulders release down. I don't know if you can see that. I got lots of space around the neck. Good. One more breath, and then you can take this upper hand, bring it down, press it down in front of the face. Make your way up. Reach up one more time, and come on down. Once more to child's pose. So you can hang out in child's pose for a couple of breaths. Eventually meet me on the back. So take your time. Coming forward. And we'll end with a supine twist just to work on this digestion area, the Manipura. So bring the knees up, bring the arms wide in a T position, pressing your palms down. And once you feel really stable across the upper back and shoulders, you can start to drop the knees over to one side, looking the opposite direction. At the end of that exhale, draw the belly in, hold the breath out, only as long as it's comfortable. Inhale to bring the knees in, and then over to the other side, just like that. Nice, easy, flowing movements. The shoulders and the arms are stable and strong. Nice, easy twists from side to side, just like that. Okay, good. There's a little bit of a back massage here too, which is really nice. Low back massage. Now it's totally up to you. If you want to, you can tap the toes down, cross one leg over the other, and come into a half twist. And I suggest a half twist just so that you're not twerking your spine all the way over. So just a half twist here. And to do that, press your thighs, your legs together. You can look in the other direction to stretch out the neck. Bring the legs back up. Switch the cross of the legs. Again, I have a toe tap down here. And then let the legs fall over to the other side just halfway and squeeze the thighs together. And now you can stabilize across the shoulders and look in the opposite direction if that feels good on your neck. Breathe here. Into this twist. It feels good. You can let that twist deepen a little bit more. Draw the belly in again, just as we did before. You don't have to hold the breath out if that's not comfortable. And eventually bringing the legs back in and up. Give the knees a squeeze here. Rock a little bit from side to side. Relax the shoulders and we'll prepare for relaxation. So take your time coming into a comfortable position for relaxation. We'll be here just for a moment. You might like knees wide, feet together, hands on the torso. Tuck the shoulders underneath you. You might like feet down on the mat, knees bent, knees facing upward. Just take a few moments to relax and check in. Check in with the breathing body. Feel the body breathing. Listen to the sounds of your breath. Release tension with each exhale. And we'll slowly make our way up back to a comfortable seated position. Roll over to one side. Rest yourself up. And find a comfortable seat. It can be kneeling, it can be sitting on a cushion, sitting on a chair. Once again, hands to the heart and the belly. Feel the body breathing. And honor this flow of breath, this flow of prana that's always flowing effortlessly. And thank yourself for this practice. I thank you for sharing your practice with me and sharing the space together. Remember that Virgo's energy teaches us the beauty of discipline and devotion, but also the importance of softening into trust. You don't have to do it all perfectly. You're not expected um, to live in perfection. Life is more of a practice, a process, a journey. Let's seal our practice with one deep inhale and exhale completely. And if you want, you can join me in chanting the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti means peace. Let's together bow to peace. May peace begin with me. May peace reside within me. Allow me to share this peace with all living beings. Namaste. Thank you again for sharing your practice with me. I hope you found this to be interesting and fun and different. It's just a different way to do yoga, thinking about astrology and how doshas influence the planets and the different zodiac signs. And this is a really fresh and interesting way to keep your yoga practice interesting. Again, I'm Heather B with Her Wellbeing, and I'll see you next time.